So I'm really excited about something, and I haven't talked about it yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk about it now. What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rianne Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday, middle of the week. Hopefully everyone is having a great start to your week, and maybe the middle of the week is even better. Francesca, how you doing?
Feeling great.
That's amazing.
Great. Woke up.
With a capital G?
Yeah, I'm trying to
The rest of the...
wake up, and when I wake up in the morning, get up. You know?
Yes.
Not just kind of like
Dilly-dally?
dilly-dally, but like have something to do.
I feel ya.
Which I did today. So I feel good. And it was not a big thing. It was literally just organizing my plant thing in my apartment.
But
it was just like I had a task and the task was completed.
That's great.
Yeah. I have one of those herb, or it's not even just for herbs. You can do other things, put other things in it. Little click and grow. It's normally we put basil in it, but I've had it sitting with new stuff ready to go, and I haven't done it in months. It's just been sitting on the kitchen counter, and I was like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning. That was when I went to bed last night, and when I did it this morning, I felt good about it. I'm gonna have some nice thyme, dill.
That's beautiful.
A red hot chili pepper.
That's glorious.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Right here in my little New York City apartment.
You know, I was actually having this conversation about waking up in the morning and like just getting up, and then the first thing you're doing is going to work, right? Like the first thing is just recording the podcast. And I was like, you know what? That's not great because your brain isn't fully turned on yet. So
we don't do that much also.
No, but it's like doing something to get your mind working before going to work, I think is a good, you know what I mean? Just like whatever.
Crossword puzzle?
Just anything, like whether it's working out, anything to get your mind working before you like work, if that makes sense. And people are probably laughing because our work is just talking.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got to turn your brain on.
Sometimes.
Because on Monday, I was thinking back on Monday.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
No. I was just thinking back on Monday when my brain was just like not fully functioning. I realized you
didn't go to the bathroom.
I didn't go to the bathroom. And as soon as I went home, I went to the bathroom.
And
I felt free again. I realized I only put one eyebrow on.
Yeah, I would never have noticed.
No, but it's like one of those days where you're like, looked and I only had one eyebrow on. How does that happen? Then, you know.
I did that. I did that on Sunday. I put on like a very light amount of makeup just to like look alive after looking like a corpse in the morning. And I was going to Gia's, and I walked all the way there, probably like second quarter-ish. I open my phone and I look at my face, and I just didn't, like I put cream bronzer on the sides of my nose. I just didn't blend it in.
Oh,
didn't blend it in. So I literally opened Snapchat and was like, and there was like 10 people in the apartment. I was like, nobody wanted to tell me I didn't blend out my bronzer on my nose. Like, they were like, oh, wasn't that no? They're like, oh, I see it now. I was like, I just totally did just like 2 brown lines down the side of my nose.
It's like Frecklegate. That's what happens.
It's like, oh shit, whoops.
So I'm really excited about something, and I haven't talked about it yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk about it now. So I'm going to London in April.
Yes.
Which is huge news.
Yes.
And that was Marty's Christmas present to me. And I'm really excited about it. Have you guys done a deep dive into all of the different McDonald's menus in different countries?
No. But I know that they are all very different. And I know that I've heard that they say France is very good.
Royale with cheese.
It's actually insane. Like I did a deep dive. So much so that I put in the address of the hotel I'm staying at into my Uber Eats to get a glimpse of the menu before I'm there. Because you can't
go to Europe and just
you can't find the set menus online if you search. So last night I was typing in all different countries to look at the menus of different McDonald's in different countries.
What stood out for you?
Japan.
You go to the UK?
Japan has really good ones. Has really cool ones. London. They're more fancy desserts. They got like a tiramisu type of
interesting
quarter pounder and chips.
You know, they got like interesting things going on. They got mozzarella sticks.
Oh,
really? I don't remember that.
It changes all the time. But my question is,
I think I think France. If you are you gonna go? I thought
Yes.
maybe. So when you go to Paris too, I think you should check it out because I've heard and now that I'm thinking about it, I think that's because of Emily in Paris.
Yes, they have
which
their like
is really
baguette
unfortunate
thing.
that I thought that I was saying that because of a real person, but that was literally a plot point in the show of this last season. So anyway, probably still good.
So if anybody has any London recommendations for me, I'm open. But I'm getting there late the first day,
and
so
you already know that's going to be
the first meal.
Things do close earlier there.
I'm getting there at like 8:00. So I feel like the first thing. I mean, like
I hit a pub.
I'm not gonna get like you know, got to get settled into the hotel.
If you want to just be in the hotel,
you know, you got to get settled in. So like, where am I gonna go that late?
Wait, do you know where you're staying?
McDonald's. Yes, but I don't want to reveal.
Yeah, no, that's smart.
You think people find you in London?
No, that's just like
just safety
So
reasons.
just like area, like not like the exact hotel, just the area you're in.
You don't look at me. I've never been. I don't know where anything is by
the palace.
Oh, by Buckingham Palace or by Kensington Palace?
I think Kensington.
That's where, because I remember I told.
When I asked you,
yeah.
It's got to be, I think, over there.
That's a great area.
But Kensington and Buckingham, they're not too far.
No,
they're good. They're a good distance. 42-minute walk.
42-minute walk.
Okay, no, that is a distance.
So it's probably a close
Tube ride.
Yes.
That is a distance.
You're gonna love the tube.
I'm just very excited in general. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know it's been my dream to get to London recently.
Yeah.
I've had tons of dreams about London, and then I was pleasantly surprised with a little trip to London.
Can you go to the Harry Potter studios for me?
I was going to.
I can't believe I'm going to be the last one of this group to have gone.
I was going to go.
But I think you should go. I heard it's very cool.
So did you know, apparently this was something in Emily in Paris, that you can eat in the Eiffel Tower?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a restaurant.
And so I'm going to go there.
That sounds lovely. It's probably very touristy.
It probably is.
But I mean,
that's
you
okay.
You get the experience.
You get to eat in the Eiffel Tower.
I wonder how reservations work with that.
I've already looked into it.
Like,
you can only book it up to 90 days in advance, so I can't book mine yet.
I also feel like
they're open. Like it's actually not that hard to get a reservation. I've looked.
No, I know. I'm just saying the line to get into the Eiffel Tower in general is like so hard. But I guess maybe if you have reservations,
I think that would be different. But once again,
I'm just very excited.
However, I do feel like we know enough people that have been in Paris recently that you could also ask if you wanted recommendations and whatnot. Those are two places that I'm also dying to go to. I'm super jealous. You're gonna have an absolute
so excited,
awesome time.
But the McDonald's is really standing out to me because I'm just confused why they can't add those items here. You know what I mean? Like the cool items, and I saw in Japan they have these mini hot. You know, we have hot cakes here, but they're mini pancakes, but they're mini pancakes in a little thing, and they have a butter and syrup packet together you squeeze out at the same time. So innovative. Why is that not happening here? Waffle potato.
I don't know.
Like hash browns. Why do we not have that here? Like there's just so many different.
Just so everybody can have their own unique thing.
Right. But like,
this country used to be something.
Let's start implementing a little bit of these fun.
Yeah. They have stricter food laws too than us. That's why people say like them it tastes different or it's not as bad because they have much stricter food laws.
Taste as good.
I'm excited.
I've heard the opposite.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard the opposite.
Well, I'll do a full review when I get there, guys. Don't you worry.
Depending on what item it is.
I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna buy the entire. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna buy the entire menu and I'm gonna review each one. Not the entire menu. If there's something on there I've had in America, no.
Yeah.
That'll be more expensive in London just with the exchange rate.
Yeah, so I gotta like figure that out. The whole money.
The Switzerland McDonald's. I've never been to a more expensive
How much is the dollar to the pound right now?
You're asking the wrong girl.
You're gonna like the way the pounds look. It's just cool money.
Can I use my credit card though?
Yeah, of course.
But it'll still.
But I'm gonna need pounds.
I'm gonna need some.
You should you should always get cash.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited. I'm very excited. All right,
the pound is down.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever since Harry left.
Pound is down.
I looked up to see when Harry Styles is performing, just to see like if he would be around at that time because people have been spotting him in London recently. I don't think I'm gonna see him.
He's in fucking somewhere else.
I don't think I'm gonna be
Any
able
other
to see
good
him.
concerts there though? Maybe Adele, or no? She's
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Damn.
No, the only person I would want to see is Harry Styles in London. But also, I was just thinking seeing him on the street, not just like in concert.
My family
Just
really
see him walking around.
My family really
What if I
wants to
see
go back
the
to Hans
Royals?
Zimmer.
What if I see the Royals?
I don't think
Like
they're
Will
walking
and Kate.
around.
Will and Kate?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just.
Don't they live in Kensington?
They do.
They do.
If I stay out there long enough?
There was one time where I saw the helicopter like fly in and take them.
Yeah, they could have some royal engagements.
Well, anybody who has suggestions out there, let me know. Do's and don'ts. I would like both of those. Like, if you think there's something you don't think is worth seeing, let me know.
You're gonna go to Big Ben, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Like inside.
I'm going to do whatever I can and get done there.
Go to the Churchill War Rooms. You won't regret it. One of my friends just went last week when he went to London, and he was like, it was the coolest thing ever.
I need like a list of these things.
Yeah.
I need a whole.
I'm sure
know what I'm
Noah can
excited
write
for?
these things out for you.
Afternoon tea.
Tea and crumpets.
I'm going to have finger sandwiches.
Yep. That sounds lovely. You're just going to go full British.
Yes, but I have to buy a new wardrobe for that week. I can't dress how I dress here or there.
Yeah.
That's not chic.
Yeah, it's got to be posh.
Yeah, I need to be more chic.
Yeah.
I asked Kelly Keegs if she could pick out some outfits for me.
Oh, you're gonna
That's
She
a good
love
dresses
person to
very
ask.
London,
She does.
in my opinion.
I
I've never
agree.
been there, so
I
I have no
agree.
idea.
I agree.
You know, like
I
cable
just
knit
think, like,
sweaters
and like clean pant, like
yeah.
tailored
I want a
pants.
beige trench coat.
Yeah.
I want a beige trench
You
coat.
do like if I wear sweatpants in London, you feel like you're sticking
Right.
out.
Like I can't wear
you
a
just feel like a
sweatshirt and
slob.
sweatpant set
Yeah.
in London.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, that girl is disgusting from America.
Right. Well, I feel like you can go get some Molly-Mae inspo.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig deep.
You're gonna love the like Bond Street and like all the shopping. They just have like a million.
It's very
stores.
exciting. I'm gonna bring an extra big luggage so I can
Yeah.
like bring stuff home.
This
All right.
was a hilarious visit London. Like we should visit London at Noah's just like the visit London spokesperson.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you should do this and you're gonna love this and you should do that and you should love that.
He could have made a
But
list for me off the podcast.
I know he really
I'm sorry
could have.
for the people.
He really
jealous.
could have. Guys, I did chest presses for the first time in my life yesterday.
I was gonna say, I don't think you've ever done chest presses.
I've never done them. And
How'd
I
you
told
feel
him that.
about it?
I mean, it was fine, but it hurts now. Right here.
That makes sense. How you liking
Right
it?
here. I actually like it a lot. I've been going to a personal trainer. I've only gone 3 times. And it was funny. I did see people in my DMs being like, what is this collab? Like, how did you guys, how did this happen? But, I've been working with Daniel McKenna, who was at Peloton, and it's not really a long story. It's just like, I had sort of met him at the marathon and then we had connected and then we made this connection and now he's training me.
That's very
What
nice.
was the inspiration to like start working out?
I thought it was a sign. Like it was like a new year and he had reached out to me being like, do you have a personal trainer or have ever done it? And I was like, no. But every start of the new year, I'm like, I should really get my ass in gear. And I felt like it was a sign that this guy was like, I will help you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took it. And also I've just been an absolute slob.
Yeah.
Personal trainer is great.
I would love to have
Yeah.
someone to tell me what to do because I don't know what to do.
Well, that was my problem.
Yeah.
I'm learning all these things for the first time. Like I never did strength training or like weight training or any of those things like in high school, or people play sports and they have their athletic trainers and all those things who like teach them how to do these things in high school or in college or whatever. And I just had never had that. And obviously you can teach yourself or you could go on YouTube and do that too. But I just like get so nervous. Like I was telling him that like I would go to the gym and be so scared to like go over to where the weights were because all the big guys be over there, and then I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was afraid I'd hurt myself. Like I'd like do something that would hurt myself. So I'm learning a lot, which is good.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody to tell you what to do because then
Yeah.
eventually you could do it on your own
Exactly.
and then you won't
That's
have to do
the-
a personal trainer.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's what he was telling me yesterday. He was like, eventually you don't train someone for 20 years. You
Gonna
want them
take
to
the
learn.
training wheels off.
Yeah, you want to teach them, and then
Yeah.
spread their wings and fly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. So far so good, but I've been sore for a week and a half straight now.
It makes sense.
I have 1 second where I haven't been sore.
But that's a good sign.
Yeah, I'm using muscles I've never used. I literally was like, I'm like, what's this one? What's this one? I've never used this muscle before. So it's all good. But I am very much enjoying it.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into the rest of the podcast, we are going to be doing a little live stream today, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time on our YouTube. We have fun little games we're going to play. We're just going to fuck around and see what happens.
Ask AMA kind of
you guys can just ask us questions. We're going to be
chat.
reading the chat. So get on there with your questions. We're going to be looking at the chat the whole time, talking, incorporating some fun stuff. So make sure you tune in 3 p.m. Eastern time on our YouTube, Chicks in the Office YouTube. And let's get into today's topics.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about Tommy Fury and Molly-Mae welcome their baby Bambi. Jonas Brothers announced their new album is coming May 5th. It ends with Us casting has been revealed. People are very excited about that.
And
upset, I guess. Adam, Levine, and Behati have welcomed their third child. And we are going to be talking about the Mikayla TikTok drama. Mikayla is a makeup artist on TikTok.
Yeah.
She does all makeup reviews. And
it's taken over TikTok the last week.
She's been in some hot water. It's been taken over. So we're going to get into that. Let's start off.
And cutting stems.
Oh.
Our Bachelor recap, no Trent. He's gone. So we have, if you're here for some Bachelor content, we have cutting stems.
We are going to be putting cutting stems on this episode. So let's get into the topics.
If you love Jersey Shore, then get ready because this season is going to be the biggest family vacation ever. Thursdays, the fam is traveling shore to shining shore. But don't worry, no matter where they go, they're born to be Jersey. They're hitting up Hollywood to support Vinny as he takes his talents from Vegas to Dancing with the Stars. Then they're cruising into the Carolinas for a big situation as Mike competes in the Cornhole Championship. And it all leads up to a big trip to the Big Easy where the fam jerseys up Bourbon Street. Don't miss your favorites fist bump their way across the USA and be there for all the meatball milestones. We're talking pregnancy announcements and maybe even an engagement. You don't want to miss this. Make sure to watch Jersey Shore Family Vacation, all new Thursdays at 8/7 Central on MTV.
Molly-Mae and Tommy Fury have welcomed their beautiful baby girl named Bambi into the world. January 23rd, she was born, so they took some time before announcing it to the world, which I think is very smart to do. And then they posted, such a cute little picture of her today with the name reveal Bambi.
What a nursery, right?
What a beautiful room.
Holy moly.
Doesn't look like a baby's room,
yeah.
but it looks angelic and heavenly and calming.
The whole house seems very clean.
Very clean.
Whites, creams.
Yes. Dangerous for a
straight
baby.
lines. Yeah, all this. Yeah.
So the name has been revealed. Molly-Mae shut off comments on her post after they were on for a while. I think that's smart because at the end of the day, you name your kid whatever you want to name your kid and that's it.
I just exactly. And people are always going to have an opinion on it.
No matter what, you can name your kid fucking.
They could have named that
Mary.
Kid. Yeah, exactly. And people
Annie.
would have been like, oh, what?
Something so simple. And people would be like, that's what you named it?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, look, Bambi is.
A deer.
A choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deer. Yep. And there was a little Bambi stuffed animal in the crib, which is cute. And it's also in a British accent. It's even
Bambi.
funnier. Bambi.
I think it's cute.
And I think of I feel like Tommy has a different accent.
Bambi.
It's oh, Bambi.
Yeah, I think it's cute. I think
it's cute.
As a kid, I think Bambi's cute.
Yeah,
I think
people people are gonna call her Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
The Flintstones?
Yeah.
Bambi. I also just, anytime anyone gets too close to a Kylie Jenner dog name for a human being.
What's Kylie Jenner's dog?
Kylie also has another little Italian greyhound named Bambi.
Really?
Bambi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I don't hate it.
No. I don't hate it either, but it definitely was when I saw it, it just kind of made me chuckle because I was like, checks out. Like
So
Bambi.
people thought the name was going to be Halo because there had been pictures revealed of a nursery that looks quite similar to this one. It's different, but it looks similar with the light up halo. Yeah. People thought it was Molly-Mae and Tommy's nursery. That's not it. I actually like Bambi better than Halo.
I like Halo better.
It's a choice, whatever your personal preference is. I think I like
like
Bambi
Halo
better than
can
Halo.
be used and like can be turned into like Haley, Halo. Like there's variations.
Mm-hmm.
Bambi is just, it's just too innocent. Like it's just too Disney. It's Bambi. I mean, it's Bambi. It's
but you're
Dumbo.
but you're bound to grow up cool if your name is Bambi.
Or it could go the other opposite.
I just think if your name is so different, that, and your parents are Molly-Mae and Tommy Fury, like you're gonna be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could also get bullied for a name like that.
You think so?
Yeah,
you think
kids are mean.
Kids
are mean.
You think do kids bully people for their names?
Totally.
Yeah.
Really? Did you bully somebody?
That was a quick response.
That was a quick response. Did you bully somebody for their name?
No.
Or did you get bullied for your name?
Did you get bullied for the name?
No, I just know that people make fun of names. I'm trying to think. Did I get
I
made
just
fun
don't remember that as a kid, like people making fun of people's names.
Oh my God. And this is literally my best friend. Me and we would get so mad. She would get so mad. And it wasn't even our first names. It was our middle names. We would go after each other, but in like a funny way. I mean, now, at the time, we would literally actually get so mad. My middle name's Noelle, and they would sing the first Noelle, which is really not that bad. I don't know why that bothered me so much, but it would upset me. And then my friend Claire, her middle name's McDonald, and we would sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
But it's a last name.
It was. It was like a maiden name used somewhere as a middle name.
So you guys just made fun of middle names.
For some reason, we just made fun of each other's middle names. But
did you guys have any nicknames that people would call you? Like
but it would definitely anger at people. So I feel like it's a target for sure.
I'm afraid to say this, but shockingly enough, nobody ever called me diarrhea.
To your face.
Like, that almost made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm got my period and I am so sensitive today.
You know I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
No, I know. It's funny. It's totally a funny joke.
Yeah.
But now I'm just thinking about all the people who called me that behind my back. It's like really hurting my feelings. Because people... Like teachers also would like.
Rhea's a great name though. Like I
don't have a problem. You can call me diarrhea. I like the name Rhea. So
I also feel like Rhea's already like we're already working with a nickname. You know, like Maria turned into Rhea.
Yeah, Maria, Rhea, Riri, whatever. But teachers could never pronounce my last name, and so they would say like Quifo, and it's like that's not spelled that's not spelled Quifo. Yeah. So why are you saying it like that? Because now's your chance, because we're in a little Catholic school that you can say the word queef and you're deciding like now's your chance to get it off your chest.
But like when a teacher would say that out loud, would people in the class laugh?
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
But not to the point where like I felt bullied.
Not being made fun of. I just
like
think,
I would laugh too and be like it's
I just think kids are ruthless, and she might go into class one day and not in a it's for us, it doesn't seem like a mean thing, but for her, it's like you walk in, they're like, "Oh, Bambi, like
little Bambi. Like, oh, does little Bambi need her mommy and daddy?"
And Bambi's the movie. Bambi's got a tough go.
Yeah, I like the name. I like it. I could hate
cute.
it. You know what I mean? You could hate it. You could say I hate this name.
No, I really don't hate it. It is,
but I think it's cute. The more you say it, the more.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that grows on you.
It's personally too cheesy for me, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's just like cute. It's something that grows on you. I think. At first, I was like Bambi, but then I was like,
I see it for the two of them.
Yes,
the pictures they're all posting are super sweet. They like
very nice,
very cute.
Very happy to see Tommy Fury present.
Yeah, I know. With the little baby laying on his chest.
I've gotten like the ick from Tommy Fury recently.
Yeah.
Just feel like, you know.
I know, and I feel like there was talks
had
about
a-
him not being around
He
a lot
had a
for
bad
the pregnancy.
showing for the
Yeah,
pregnancy.
yeah.
Just from what Molly-Mae said, not
is
just
he actually going to
rumors.
fight Jake Paul in a month?
There's no way.
I mean,
there is
he's
no way he
scheduled to,
fights
but
Jake Paul.
He's back there like a
scheduled-
million times.
He's been scheduled 3 times now.
What, he's scheduled to fight on February 26th, right? Is that the date? I think it's like close.
I mean, I would not be surprised if he found some excuse.
He just had a baby. He's gonna say, "I just had a baby. I can't fight."
I kind of would love for Jake Paul to beat him up.
Honestly, I think I might be rooting for Jake Paul.
I think I'm rooting for Jake Paul.
I think I have fully transitioned
I'm not even
to
a big
rooting
Jake
for
Paul
Jake
fan.
Paul.
I'm just
February
like-
26th.
Something about Tommy Fury.
Yeah, it's just at this point I've totally turned on Tommy Fury. I love Molly-Mae. I think Molly-Mae is the best. She's so funny and cute. But when it comes to Tommy Fury, I have really turned on him, and I am now rooting for Jake Paul.
Do you think Molly-Mae
No.
fits in that setting? I can't even see her ringside. Like Julia Rose is like.
Oh my God, Molly-Mae would fucking crush a ringside
Molly-Mae has been
outfit.
to some of Tommy's fights.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Molly-Mae is so cool. Like she really is. But yeah, I am ready to say that I have turned on Tommy Fury and I'm rooting for Jake Paul. That's crazy. I'm not a Jake Paul person.
I'm not ready to say that, but
I just
I respect that you have made that turn.
Tommy Fury has backed out too many times now for me to respect Tommy Fury at this point.
Yeah, hey.
And also
You're just respecting the game.
I'm respecting the game.
The sport.
Yeah, and more just like I know him and Molly-Mae are together and they have a baby and everything, but he hasn't been painted in a great light in the past 9 months. Not gonna lie.
That one video of him in the club is enough for me to never.
Yeah, there's videos of him in the club. Molly-Mae's at home. She's talking
Yeah.
about she's lonely, but she doesn't feel lonely because she has her kid inside of her. So,
Damn.
I wouldn't be opposed to Jake Paul winning that fight. In other happier news, well, that was happy news.
That was happy news.
But the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury
I
took a
know.
turn.
Very happy news. More baby news.
More baby news. I was going to go to the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, I thought we could stick to babies.
Adam Levine and Behati.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They welcomed their third baby.
There's not, for me, there wasn't too much to say about this. I just wanted to acknowledge that I have giggled at the jokes on the internet that they're waiting to see that if the baby's named Sumner or not. I giggled. And look, I'm happy for Behati. A baby is a blessing. They're welcoming a new life into this world, and you want pure thoughts for a baby coming into the world. But Adam did that to himself. So
Yeah, Adam put this upon himself.
he did that to.
There is no way
this situation.
the baby is named Sumner.
No.
But
No,
couldn't
be.
Would I put a little bit of change on the fact that
Talk about bullying. You don't think people on that when they grow up are gonna be like, "Hey, Sumner."
No, that'll pass.
little kids aren't gonna know.
No,
Yeah,
in
like-
high school.
But in the same, no, that's so long from
Yeah.
that's 20. I mean,
yeah,
15
I mean that's
years
we're
from now.
talking.
Yeah, I guess
Like, I
someone's
don't
gonna find out though.
People aren't. I to be honest, I forgot about this scandal until I saw the.
That really
when I
did
saw
blow
the
over.
news about the baby being born, I was like, oh shit, forgot about that.
I wouldn't put it past Adam Levine naming the kid though one of his other gals' names, and us not knowing of the
we
person.
would never know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
and then
we
don't
have
be
any.
Like, that was my name.
Yeah, we don't have any more details on welcoming the third child. It just says that they, according to multiple reports, they have welcomed baby number 3. So
Congratulations.
I'm, like I always said, baby blessing, happy for the family. I hope they've figured everything out at this point, right? Like that they can stay.
It seemed like they
can
figured it
figure it
out
out.
a week after. Remember, they were
Right,
on
it
the
seemed
beach
like they were
laughing
fine. Yeah.
They were just laughing at in everyone's faces, being like, hey,
we're
totally
totally fine.
fine.
Yeah.
So fuck you guys.
That's more baby news.
More happy news. Jonas Brothers announced
Yes!
that they are coming out with a new album called The Album May 5th.
May 5th.
Happy birthday to Norman. Happy Cinco de Mayo. And happy Jonas Brothers Day.
Album.
New
release
album.
day.
The album. They got their star on the Hollywood
They
Walk of
did.
Fame. The whole
Pretty
family
big
was
deal.
there. Priyanka and Nick had their little baby there.
She's really
so cute.
She looks like Nick. Those
She
Jonas jeans are
She
strong.
does. She looks like Nick. She really does.
She really does.
Sophie and Joe's kids were not there.
They
keep them.
Yeah, I think it's
a lot
just
more private. Personal preference.
Exactly, personal preference. Like, I see both sides of that. And on one side, like, Nick, this is a big moment. Maybe Priyanka and Nick decided, like, hey, and even Kevin and Danielle, like, they decided, hey, we want our children to be present for this major moment in our lives and careers, and this is like a big deal, and we want them to be there, and we can look back at the pictures and say we were there. And maybe Joe and Sophie had that conversation and said, you know what, it's great, I'm happy that they're doing that. We still want to keep our babies more under wrap, and they're staying at home, and they can look at the pictures when they get older.
Totally a personal
and they're
preference
still really
thing.
They're very young. I mean, Nick's baby's obviously very young, but Joe and Sophie's babies are very young too.
Really just depends on how you feel. I think maybe because Sophie and Joe live in New York City, and they're like here all the time. They're out
Miami,
and about,
New York.
and it's easier for, paparazzo to try and snap a pic if they see that baby or whatever, even though they don't want that. Where it's like, I think Nick and Priyanka maybe are like used to a different lifestyle than, you know what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying, and I do think like Nick and Priyanka were very private up until this point. Like they had covered her face in pictures and stuff, and then I think they must have just said, we're taking her to this public outing. There's going to be cameras everywhere, video cameras, everything. Like now it's just, we know it's going to be captured.
Right. And it's like a lot of pressure to keep hiding your kid at the same time. You want them to attend events. So
it's really hard.
I think everyone has a personal preference, but the Jonas Brothers releasing their new album is really exciting. I'm very excited to hear what the sound.
It's going to be funky.
The sound is going to be. They're in a desert on the album cover.
It's going to be funky. It's a lot. They said, and they said this in Vegas too, that it's like a lot of old 70s
I'm into
vibes. That. Like very like Bee Gees influenced.
Oh, I'm very into that.
John Bellion produced the album.
Yes.
Which is really cool. He was also at the Walk of Fame ceremony.
And
he's very talented, and I think they keep talking about how awesome the sound is. And I think it's very funny the album is called The Album. Like, because I think since they released Happiness Begins and had teased, like, we've been working on new music, it's coming. Anytime they would post anything, the comments would always be, where's the album? Like, it's basically if Rihanna came out with her next album and just called it The Album. Because it's like the same joke. Where's the album? When's the album coming out? Where's the album? So it's like, we're just naming the album The Album.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's smart. I'm excited for it.
I already have the song, the little jingle, like it's like a 2 seconds that they posted of the new song, and it had me going.
So do you think whatever they put out you like? It doesn't even matter. Like what if
they've put out some stinkers.
Really?
Majority of the time.
God,
like
Francesca, watch your mouth. We're gonna clean your mouth out with soap.
I would say almost 90% of what they have put out I enjoy and have enjoyed.
I'm excited for this.
And there are a few outliers that are always like, you just kind of laugh at. Like, it's funny and it's an ongoing joke.
I mean,
like,
I openly said I didn't love John Mayer's last album.
Yeah. Don't Charge Me for the Crime is maybe one of the worst songs ever made.
I've never heard that one.
It's so bad.
That's funny.
I'll play it for you. It's terrible. But I like the sound of this one. I loved Happiness Begins, and like anytime you're changing it up, it's funky. I feel like it goes with their vibe these days.
I love
like
funky
the hair
music.
and the clothes and everything that they're putting out into the world.
Kind of gave me like you could take some shrooms and listen to this album vibe.
Yeah,
when I saw
definitely,
the desert.
definitely. So like
Joshua Tree.
Now I'm kind of jealous because now that the announcement is made, I feel like they're gonna tease a lot more at the Vegas shows that are coming up. That I will not be in attendance for. I'm ready to make that announcement. I just can't. I can't swing it. I'm really, 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 really trying to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And
you are pouring yourself out for the Super Bowl.
I really am. The turnaround for like Super Bowl to Jonas Vegas, it's a lot.
When is Jonas Vegas?
The next weekend.
Oh, shit.
Would you sell feet pics for a Super Bowl?
I think about it.
Because I'm telling you, it's
Oh,
very easy. You could make $1,000. You can make a couple thousand tonight if you want to.
For
we
feet pics?
That's a good point.
Yeah, we could put Fran's
I
feet
have
on
great
sale,
feet.
and she would make
think.
thousands of dollars on OnlyFans tonight.
I have a pretty decent Wiki feet score.
So do
You
I.
would do that?
Shockingly.
I have to get a pedicure.
Seems like she's debating it.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie.
I would
But
be
if it
curious.
was like a few pics were just like one giant chunk of change that could just take care of it for me.
Only feet?
Do you want me to put it out there in the world? Like,
No,
Hey.
because then it's just like
you never know if it's like
you
a done
never
deal.
know. And who's the person on the other end?
You can't look into
Are they
that.
are they good for it?
I will look.
But like, can you?
I'll
Are they
vet
good
them.
for it? Like, they'll say I got it, but then will they actually
That's
send
what
it?
I would have to vet them
Yeah.
and say, I need to know for sure. Fran will not see your face. She doesn't want to know who's receiving these pictures.
I sent a funny. It was Amber Rose and posted on Instagram like, whose ass do I have to eat to go to the Super Bowl?
What's like the
I
lowest
literally
point
sent it
of
to our
what
group
you would
chat, being
do?
like, "Me guys, well, I'm not doing that."
You're not eating ass, but like,
But Diplo commented on that post and was like, "I got tickets, so now you
So
know
eat my ass, Amber Rose."
Diplo, and he spare tickets.
what if Diplo was like, Fran, eat my ass and you get a ticket?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I gotta draw a line.
you
somewhere.
have to. I
That's
have
the
to.
line. That's not that big of a line.
It is
It's a pretty
line.
That's
She's
a
in a committed
strong line.
relationship.
That's a strong line.
No, I'm
I will
saying
be
like,
doing
that's
no
not, like-
sexual favors for Super Bowl tickets.
Feet pictures.
That's I mean,
That's
I
a
mean,
sexual favor.
that's sexual for someone.
Yeah, that's like
not me doing any action.
just the pictures.
Yeah,
Something to think about for sure. If you want,
it is certainly something to think
you
about.
want, if you want that.
I know.
How bad do you want to go?
I want to go bad enough that I've already decided I can't go to Vegas. Like, that's where I'm at. Where I'm like, I cannot swing.
Is it gonna
I
be-
cannot swing those things in the same week.
It's gonna be like more than 10 grand a ticket.
No,
If you were to
I
buy
saw a
I
couple
don't know.
online that were like
They're-
$4
they're-
grand. That's still insane.
No,
I
it's
know,
like you
but-
can be in the cheapest I've seen is the last row for like $6,000.
That's absurd.
So
What?
It's like
Yeah.
how the last row. Like, come on.
I know.
What?
I know. I had
Would
a
you
I had
go
a
if
friend
it
be
was
like,
the
I
last
got a
row?
ticket. But
Row,
$13,000.
row.
Like I would. It's like
the ticket that was offered to me was $13,000.
it's like. Would you rather pay 6,000 to in the last row or like 15,000 to have like a pretty good seat?
Yeah. What?
That's the debate.
Yeah.
Because is it really worth it to go if you're in the last row and you're paying $6,000?
Yeah,
For you, I'm asking.
I think so. My parents did that when they went in Minnesota. They literally sat in the last row, and they said it was fucking awesome. I mean, granted, they won, like, so.
Right. If they lost, they could have been
Like if they lose,
that was.
I mean, if they lose, it's gonna suck regardless. Do I want to watch them lose from closer or farther away? Maybe farther
No, you want to be closer,
to watch them lose.
but you don't know, and you're gonna be Rihanna.
Hey, the Super
No,
Bowl
you never
is cool
know.
no
You never
matter
know.
what team
You never know,
wins.
guys. You never know. All right, I just wanted to say that I wanted to mention that I unfortunately will not be in attendance for these live shows. However, they are going to go back on tour now, 100%. I'm guessing maybe summertime-ish if the album comes out in May, and you will see me at multiple stops.
I'd like to go to at least one.
I would love to go to at least one with you.
Thank you.
They're gonna go back to Champs. You think?
In the summer, maybe not. Was it?
Why? No, we went in. It was like the fall, it was September.
Yeah.
September, yeah.
Just because school is not
Oh.
in session.
Yeah, that
you know?
makes sense. Yeah.
But if it's summer and they do like Jones Beach and like all those fun places, again,
Oh, I gotta get to the Jones Beach one if they do that.
yeah, like I had so much fun at the Jones Beach show last time they
You
toured.
got your jacket photographed.
I did.
Very exciting.
So very pumped. May 5th, pre-save JonasBrothers.com.
Make sure you get on that. Next up, we're talking about It Ends With Us movie casting. Colleen Hoover book. Apparently, everyone and their mother has read it.
Yeah, I really think you should read it.
I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to read it.
You should. It's like such an easy jump back into reading kind of book. Like it's short, it's quick, it's a page turner. You want to know what like you're really.
I think I'm going to pick that up today.
Yeah.
I'm really dying to get into some reading.
Yeah.
You got, the phone. It's just too much.
I know. I'm
really
telling
dying to get into some reading before bed. So
reading before bed is great. I think you should. I think you would really like it.
I'm going to pick that up.
And then you could join the hysteria that is
right.
It Ends With Us
Now,
book talk / casting.
People are upset about this casting.
Yeah.
Some people are happy with this casting. Where do you fall?
I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not going to lie.
Because I think people are excited to see Blake Lively back into movies.
Totally.
Spend some time. I think A Simple Favor, the sequel, is actually
she's gonna do that
filming soon, which I loved. A Simple Favor, the movie with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. If you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. So you should check that out. They're filming the sequel to that. And just people love Blake Lively, love to see her back in the swing of things.
Exactly. That's how I feel about it when it comes to her. I love her. I think she's amazing. So I was excited that they got such a big name to be a part of this. But it's just whenever there's build up for anything that has a big following, there's going to be disappointment across the board. And I think books to movies is truly one of the hardest things to make everybody happy. Because these books that people love and like read multiple times and love the characters, like you build up these images in your mind, or you like when you find out they're going to make a movie, it's like, oh my God, so and so would be so good. And so in your mind you come up with all these ideas, and then when it's cast you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted, like that's not how I cast the movie.
Because you envision a character in your head
you
and
totally
what they look
envision
like.
it differently. And I think because the book was so crazy on TikTok, there's millions of views on videos of people like casting this movie. And so all of those went viral. So everyone who followed the book had these ideas of like, oh my God, yes, Sadie Sink or Abigail Cohen or all these people would be so good. And then when you actually find out, it's like, oh, and I mean, honestly, reading between the lines, it was probably there. Like Justin Baldoni's production company or whatever had bought the rights to the book years ago. And he said to direct it, but then I think he like cast himself. But I mean, Colleen Hoover did say she thinks he's a phenomenal Ryle. I was more confused with this because I was like, he just doesn't give me Ryle vibes. Like Ryle is, without giving too much away, because I do want you to read it.
I'm going to read it.
Is like douchey doctor kind of vibes.
Hey, but acting is acting for a reason.
Acting is acting. And look, Justin Baldoni. Did you ever watch Jane the Virgin?
No.
Oh, great show. Jane the Virgin, great show. His character,
I've seen
Raphael.
some episodes, like when it was on ABC Family, but I never watched from like start to finish.
His character, Raphael on Jane the Virgin was douchey for sure. So like he can do it, it'll be good. It's not what I envisioned.
Who did you envision for that part?
Like, I don't know. See, what's hard too is you see all the TikToks, so you have those people in your mind. Everybody really wanted Theo James. Really wanted Theo James.
I did not mean to make that audible of a noise.
Yeah,
but
so I would say the consensus.
He's so good at playing a douche.
He's so good. I would say the consensus for the dream casting that went viral was these people are supposed to be in their early 20s, and then it also cuts back to high school. So it's hard because it's like, oh, I understand why they went older for the older versions, because I think they want it to be a drastic difference so that they can cast younger people as their younger selves. And it's like, oh, a 22-year-old and a 17-year-old might not look that different, especially in Hollywood, where it's like, oh, wait, like that's a weird
and also
difference.
When it comes to just working laws over the age of 16 or 18, they can be on set. But then if you have anybody younger, you need like parents around and stuff. So I feel like a lot of times in Hollywood, they try to work around that so that they don't have to deal with all of that. And so they just get older actors to play younger all the time. So you're right. You can't have like a 22, 18-year-old.
Yeah. People really wanted Abigail Cohen to be.
But Abigail Cohen and Theo James to me is so off because Theo James is so much older in my eyes.
Yeah.
Like that pairing would look off to me. She
Theo
looks
James,
really young.
and then like
Theo James, it looks older.
Yeah, and then Atlas as Dylan O'Brien, like Logan Lerman's name was tossed around. Dylan O'Brien's name was tossed around. Sadie Sink is like a young version. Chris Briney as a young version. That's the kid from The Summer I Turned Pretty. People like that I'd seen a lot. Which yes, like all those people, looks wise, fit exactly how these characters were described in the book. I think, but when you make a movie, things have to change. Atlas is still not officially cast. There's been rumbles online that it could be Shane West because he just like responded to a comment saying that he would want to do it, I guess, basically. Or some people are like, oh, would you like it if it's Shane West? I wouldn't. Look at that. If it's Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Shane West, that really is not how I pictured this.
But I doubt just because he commented
no,
that
I
he
know,
would do
I know,
it means
I know,
that he
I know.
got it.
And no offense to Shane West. I just think if they have Blake Lively signed on, they could get a bigger name for Atlas than Shane West. I just,
Who's somebody that, I mean, you mentioned Dylan O'Brien and Logan Lerman. Do you think those are actual possibilities?
No, because now they with Blake Lively, it wouldn't make sense. It's kind of a
right love
triangle situation.
Yes, I picked up on that.
Yeah. So like now,
you need somebody like kind of older.
You need somebody that matches Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, in that realm. So people are so funny. People are like Ryan Reynolds. Like,
no,
guys,
you can't.
She's not getting her husband to be in the movie.
You can't have Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively play this.
No,
you can't because then you just look at them as Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if that rumor is true or not. The only confirmed one is Justin Baldoni, Ryle, and Blake Lively as Lily. So, but it's sent the book talk world into a tizzy.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
TikTok is in a tizzy as a whole right now over this L'Oreal telescopic mascara because Mikayla from TikTok, makeup artist, makeup reviewer, heavy Boston accent, Mikayla.
I love her videos.
She's very what's the word I'm looking for? Just engaging. Like you start watching one video, and you can't look away. It's the accent,
it always felt really relatable.
Yes. I've enjoyed her videos.
Yeah.
And so she did a makeup review for L'Oreal telescopic mascara, which was
brand deal for sure.
Which was clearly an ad because she had all the tags in the description. And people are upset because it is quite noticeable that she put on false lashes to make the mascara look better. She had done a video a while ago about mascara saying like, oh my God, can you believe this mascara? And I'm not even wearing false lashes. And then she was like, just kidding, I am wearing false lashes. So she had made that video before, which kind of shot her in the foot because people can see what her eyes look like with false lashes versus not false lashes. You also see jump cuts in this video. She's
also a makeup TikToker, so it's not, you literally, all of her videos, there's plenty of evidence of watching her film when she talks about wearing false lashes and not.
Yes. So you
can go back and look and be like, oh, that video looks like that video where she's clearly wearing false lashes.
And I've seen other makeup reviewers and artists now do the L'Oreal telescopic and
fucking blew up. L'Oreal might be happy about it.
And it looks good. Like she didn't need to put false lashes on to advertise this because it already looked good. Now, people are so up in arms about this. People are really upset with her. People are defending her. I'm curious where you stand on this. I don't understand either position of it. I don't understand the attacking of her at all. Like, it's fucking mascara. Relax. And I also don't understand the die hard defending of her because yes, if it's not a commercial because the people's defense is, food commercials and other makeup
commercials on TV.
Mascara commercials on TV. They're fake. They put false lashes. They put Photoshop. They airbrush. Food commercials. Sometimes the food isn't even real. It's all fake food.
But let me tell you, I have not bought a mascara from watching a commercial on TV. I have bought a mascara from a girl on TikTok.
Well, that's what
showing
I'm
me.
Getting at is that people expect influencers and YouTubers and TikTokers to do real reviews, not do a commercial. And so I think that's the difference. And when people are defending her being like, it's like a commercial, but that's why we like these people's, because it's not a commercial. It's supposed to be, okay, this is what it looks like in the commercial, but this is what it looks like in real life. So I don't understand, you know what I mean? I don't understand that defense of it, but I also don't understand the, oh my God, we need to fucking cancel, take down Mikayla. Like, people need to calm down and put their energy somewhere else. At the end of the day,
it is mascara.
It's just mascara. Let's relax a little bit. I understand the frustration. You want the people you follow to be real. You don't want to be, because they're getting paid and then they're trying to fool you. You don't have to buy it. If you think she's faking it, you don't have to buy the mascara. Nobody's pinning you down saying you have to buy it. So understand the frustration a little bit. It's just when people go overboard and they're like trying to cancel Mikayla's whole career is where I think, it gets a little nuts.
Yeah. It's it took on a life of its own. I think a lot of that has to do with no follow-up. And I feel bad for her. Because I know from following her and watching her videos that when something happens where maybe she's misstepped or said something that people didn't like, she hides a little or goes and takes a break from social media. She was off TikTok for a few months. I want to say end of last year-ish, around that time. And so right now, honestly, I get more worried because it makes me so nervous when you see someone and you see all of this coming at her, when mental health wise, that it could be a lot. And it's just, it's frustrating because you want her to say something, but clearly I don't know what
the silence isn't working.
I don't know what she says. And it's also really hard because for someone like her, I do think trust is your biggest asset. And when you go to these brands to sell yourself, she can say people fucking trust me and they listen to me, and when I endorse a product, it sells out, which it does. So it's now when she goes on to do this in the future, endorsing a product, people might be like, well, where's the authenticity in this as much? And of course, you got to do paid ads. That's part of the job. That's her profession, is getting ad deals from these companies. She didn't need the false lashes. The mascara would have spoke for itself on its own. Where I also thought there was a problem was, if you look, I don't know if she just fucking deleted. I don't know what she did, but the video has, as of right now, 45 million views. It is still her latest video on her TikTok. And she wrote back to a lot of people in the comments, when she first posted the video. It was just talking about the mascara. Oh, this is great mascara. And then somebody's saying this is false, used false lashes. And she was like, no, I didn't. It's just a tight liner and a few more coats is what she said. But it's it wasn't.
No, because she has been silent for so long now, a couple days, whatever, but it's reaching the point, it's been over a week. You would just get on there and be like, guys, I'll do it again. Here it is, not false lashes.
Even if you're hey, I really fucked up and I was being I really wanted to make a good video and I got lazy and I used false lashes.
Or if it wasn't false lashes, make another video. Guys, it wasn't false lashes. The mascara is that good. No,
if it wasn't false lashes, she would have made that video ASAP.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just the silence isn't working.
No.
And, she's probably trying to figure out the best way to handle this. Maybe L'Oreal doesn't want her to say anything because, it was a paid partnership. You don't know what goes into these things. She can have a lot of people telling her not to say anything, and she maybe wants to, and she's being told she can't. So you really never know. All I know is the silence isn't working because people are once you stay silent for too long of a time, then
I know
people are what's happening here? But you also said, mental health does play a factor into that, where some people might not be able to handle it. Maybe she needs to delete the app and not go on it. Who knows? It's just one of those things where you're you know what? Just don't fake it. If you're doing these things, people follow you because they want you to be real, and that's why people love you, is because they trust you, like you said.
Yeah.
And you just gotta stay authentic to yourself.
It's
and
a
then
silly mistake.
It's just
that she shouldn't like lose her career for.
No, definitely. And that's the other thing. It's like also just like we don't need to crucify her.
Yeah.
It's a very like I fall very in between it. Like,
yeah.
You know,
everybody makes mistakes. You learn your lesson. You own up to it. You say, look, I need to be transparent. Beauty influencers, especially, like transparency and honesty is the biggest card that they have. If they start falling into like endorsing every single product, people see through that. And
also
you know, like you'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy something that she endorses anymore, because every single time a new product comes out, she says how fucking amazing it is. And it's just specifically with this mascara, it's like, this is kind of a side note, but it is kind of funny because like you said, so many makeup influencers bought the mascara or were sent the mascara and were like, oh, well, let's see what Mikayla was talking about, and like actually made videos about the mascara. So like people are really fucking talking about the mascara. So L'Oreal on one hand must be like, wow, this really blew up in one way. And all the other people I saw reviewing the mascara, nobody said a bad thing about the mascara.
They liked
everyone
it.
was like, this is a pretty decent mascara.
They were like, wow, this is actually really good. So very, very confusing. And also I think that with beauty influencers, especially, insecurity can come into play as well, where I think sometimes people need to be a little bit more graceful, although you do want them to be honest. She could have been having a day where she didn't feel great about herself. And she said, you know what, I'm going to throw false lashes on and people will never know. And people knew. And, you know, she had a lapse in judgment and it was an insecurity thing. And, you know, you learn from that. You go, I made a mistake. I was insecure. Right. I did this. And you know what, next time I'm going to learn to just put that guard down and just be myself. And you know, you never know what's going through someone's head on why. I just, like you said, I don't think she deserves to lose her career over it. But also you want someone to be real, so it's somewhere in the middle. It
is, and it just makes me feel sad because I do think if this was kind of immediately spoken about, it would have blown over by now.
Oh, she would have been making videos all week. But now everyone's waiting for that response.
Everyone's waiting for the next thing she's going to do.
You got to push through to get to, because things move by so fast. They would have already moved on to somebody else that they're mad at.
And I don't know for sure, like I'm no expert, but I can't imagine L'Oreal said like, don't post anything, because there's been nothing but other people reviewing the mascara now. So I don't know, but look, she is huge now. I'm sure she has a management and all those things who could be advising her, publicists maybe, like helping her, trying to decide what she should be doing. So, you know, sometimes when it gets to that point and you're listening to all the outside noise, you really lose like thinking for yourself.
That is true.
So I just, it sucks. I do feel bad because I really feel like it's took on a fucking life of its own for a stupid like mascara mistake. And because it was an ad,
this is
that's
all over
where
mascara.
It lost it.
Like, this is nuts.
I know. Literally because of a few extra lashes on the end of her eyes. They weren't even like that. Like full strip. I think they were singles, I think.
Damn it, Mikayla.
I know. I hope she's okay though, because that's really like what makes me nervous.
Yeah. Being a working professional is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of stress involved in the daily grind, and if you're not careful, that stress can start to take a toll on your body, not only draining you of that vital energy you need, but also making you magnesium deficient. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of talk about this all over the internet, TikTok. People have been loving their magnesium because the deficiency can lead to higher levels of anxiety, irritability, trouble sleeping, and low energy. And it can also contribute to muscle cramps. That's why it's recommended to supplement with magnesium daily. You can experience a number of positive health benefits just from getting enough magnesium, including better sleep, more energy, healthy blood pressure, less irritability, stronger bones, reduces muscle cramping if you're working out, and even fewer migraines if that's something you struggle with. But to experience these health benefits, you have to get the right kinds of magnesium. There's usually 7 unique forms of magnesium, and you must get all of them if you want to experience its calming, stress reliever effects. But Magnesium Breakthrough by Optimizers is the only organic full-spectrum magnesium supplement that includes all 7 forms of magnesium in one bottle. For an exclusive offer, go to magbreakthrough.com/chicks. In addition to the discount you get by using promo code CHICKS, you can unlock a special gift with purchase with retail values of at least $20. This is a limited time offer for select orders, so go to magbreakthrough.com/chicks right now.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Cutting Stems. All 4 of us are here ready to go talk about the latest episode of The Bachelor. But first, how's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Doing all right, Fran. Thanks for asking. Hanging out. Honestly, I had a delicious dinner. I'm willing to talk about my dinner at any point if you guys are interested.
What did you eat? Oh, that's turn my brightness up.
Well, I don't know if you guys have had halloumi before. The cheese that you can like fry it kind of, and so it's really good. It's really delicious. But I had it with this quinoa that was along with some red onion and zucchini and a little bit of this sauce. It was like a Mediterranean medley. It was unbelievable, and I'm so glad that I had it.
Kelly, that sounds delicious.
Sounds delightful.
I'm so
It was
happy
really
for
good.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, as far as The Bachelor goes, there were 3 dates this evening. We could go through each of them. To be honest, standard episode, nothing too crazy. It kind of flew by. Where I felt like I missed a part of a date. That's because it was cut. It was like, when did we get to this part?
Is that what happened? I felt like
The second group date just started at like the cocktail part.
Right. Okay. I thought that I was like dicking around. I was like, oh,
No.
great, here we go.
That's what I thought too. I was like, Jesus, was I on my phone for that long that I missed the whole date? No, I don't think they even did it. But the first date was all about bad bitch energy, and it was very cringe. A lot of it was very cringe.
I didn't know who hosted it. I don't know who that person is. I probably should.
He doesn't know who that person
old.
is.
I don't keep up with
He's
things.
old.
So, but yeah, the most uncomfortable part of that date was Zach. Zach was so uncomfortable. The girls were great. Like, they kind of did what you're supposed to do at the date, like bad bitch energy. And Zach was just like, I'm Zach. I'm just uncomfortable Zach. So that was uncomfortable for everybody.
Zach seems like the most uncomfortable guy in, you know what though? I wrote down a note of this because I wanted to make sure I said both things, because I feel like I'm starting to be unfair to Zach because everyone's like, he's boring. So I'm trying so hard to like flip it around and like be positive about it, because I feel like he's not as bad as we think, but sometimes he does bad things. And in this case, I was like, this guy is so fucking uncomfortable. Why are they putting him on a stage and making these girls like why are they giving him the usual run around where all these girls do this thing that make him uncomfortable, whatever? Because when he's one-on-one with them, he's extremely comfortable. He makes out with all of them. Like, he has no problem.
I think he has made out with all of them.
Smooth. Yes, like he's kind of smooth. He's like, whatever. He's going for it. Like, I don't know if it's when it was the first night when they came out of the limo or whatever. I just thought he was drunk, but I think he's just uncomfortable in a group setting with all the girls. And I feel like that like, it's funny to see, but it shouldn't be like, I'm not going to judge him based on that. Because I think that these dates, like if I were him in this situation, I'd be awkward as fuck as well. Like, I think I'd be really.
It's true, because whenever he stands in front of them and has to do the toast, he talks about how uncomfortable he is. He's just like, I have to stand here and give a speech. So yeah, I mean, it's tough to be uncomfortable in front of large groups when you're the Bachelor and you have to date 30 women, but that's just kind of how he is.
Are
right.
they ever going to cast like a funny guy, or is that not allowed? Like, are they not allowed to show their personalities like that?
Who is like the funniest Bachelor? I can't really think who. Like, who do we like the most?
None.
It's always looks based. You have to be traditionally handsome, and that's the first thing. And then they kind of go from there. I honestly don't know who the funniest Bachelor is. I have no idea.
Well, see, this is the problem. You can have funny people and then they don't seem funny. Like, I find Matt James to be very funny in real life.
So true.
But it was not that funny on the show. And I feel like that happens for a lot of people. But from knowing Matt, he is very funny. And I enjoy his stuff. So I don't know. I think it's always kind of hit or miss. But with this date, it did feel like they were trying to push everybody out of their comfort zone a little bit. The girls did a great job. Then they brought out Victoria F. and Tajwan and Courtney from Ben Flajnik's season, which
I don't know
good
what
for her. She looks great, but like, holy shit, it's been a long time.
She hasn't aged a day. I don't know like what crypt they like pried her out of. Like I swear, like I love her. She is like the original fucking bitch. Like she steamrolled. She was not there to make friends, not there to talk
do you know who this even is?
Oh my God.
No.
You would have died.
Do you know who?
No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Trent, that's how far back.
When would it have been?
You know who?
Ben
it was
Flajnik.
Vineyard Ben, who owned a vineyard. He, you know who loves Courtney is Ryan Chief. Loves Courtney.
Okay.
Was like he was always talking about her, huge fan. But so she is the original.
Rhea, you would have loved Courtney's season.
Yes,
he was the villain and won.
Yes. That's a succinct way to put it, Fran. Thank you.
Yes,
she has sex with.
We don't have to talk about Courtney that long. Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, she was the villain. Everybody hated her. She caused a shit ton of drama, and then he picked her.
Yep.
And it was like, holy shit, what is going on?
And then she wrote a book that was like, I don't even care about this.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah. She's unbelievable. But yeah, she's like I don't know how old she is. She's not old. I think she was young at the time, but she hasn't aged a day. And she also is like too good for that. Like, I can't believe she even came back. Did she say anything to the girls? Like, I feel like she didn't even say a word. She just showed up there, like, was a cunt, and then that was it. Like, that's all she ever did anyway. It was the best.
Yeah, they didn't do too much, really. The only big part of this situation was that Tajwan wanted to stay, and Zach said no. What did you guys think about that move? It felt extremely calculated by the show, in my opinion.
Shocked. I'm shocked that they didn't make Zach keep her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, they're giving Zach a lot more say, it seems, than they've given past bachelors.
Like, he's actually allowed to make, like, good choices.
Yeah.
Which I don't appreciate, for being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think Tajwan...
If we all have to suffer, then he should have to suffer.
Not even... I mean, Tajwan was electric. She sat in the middle of the room, showed back up, and was like, I'm going to just take control of this thing, and you're all bitches if you, like, are you complaining about me being here? And that was awesome. Like, again...
Yeah, she was like, I've done this before. I'll stay here all night.
You go back and forth on, like, how you watch the show, like, oh my God, should she be allowed to join up? She wasn't in the original cast. The girls were acting like they went through some battle royale to be in the 30. It's like, you got picked. Like, Tajwan can just join. That would be totally fine. And I think she would have been a lightning rod. She was stirring the pot. I thought it would have been great. I agree with Rhea. I think they should have made Zach keep her. That would have been awesome. She would have just stirred up a bunch of stuff. I don't know. If we're going to get a villain, she certainly would have been one. Maybe Brianna, she's kind of heading that way. But I thought they should have let her stay.
Yeah,
I agree.
The thing is, though, she started going after all the girls, not knowing any of them. Like, she was like, they're just not doing enough. And it was like, there's nothing worse than somebody coming in and, like, judging a whole group of girls when they're all like, you don't even know any of us. But at the same time, would have been good TV.
Delusion, even better.
Although I gotta say, as far as the like bad bitch seminar went, like those girls brought nothing. Like they showed up with nothing. So I was on Tajwan's side there because they like showed up and they were silly and quirky and whatever. And again, back to the whole thing where like if Zach's uncomfortable, the girls can be uncomfortable too and they feel awkward and whatever. But like Jesus Christ, that whole thing didn't have a pulse. It was crazy.
But realistically, how much are you pulling out when they say, all right, everyone, do your best bad bitch energy when they come out?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like wait. I wrote something down for this. I said I wrote this 8:33. People aren't desperate enough on TV anymore, is what I said. Because these bitches should have. You're on reality TV, baby. Like it's the time to bring out everything you have in your arsenal to stay on this fucking show, whether you're here for the right reasons or not. It's week 1. Bring it.
Like you gotta come out.
You
gotta come out and flash him.
You come out. Yes. You pull out a titty.
You just gotta walk out and flash your titties, and they'll put a box there, and he'll go, whoa, bazinga, and then
Yeah,
you're in.
Yeah. No, literally,
You're
Zach
in.
would have been so.
Bang
Zach
theory
would
shit
have
going-
like.
He would have been so uncomfortable, but he would have been like, she's in.
Zach would
Who
not have been
remembers
able to
Corinne?
handle that.
Corinne did that. We're still talking about Corinne.
Exactly. She's a
With
bad
titties
bitch.
out.
She should have been on that panel. Bad bitches pull their titties out, and that's it.
And maybe they're coochie too.
Well, that's how it would have
Maybe.
worked.
Courtney Robertson move. That's all I have to say.
Imagine they just came out and went full spread eagle on the stage. Like they just were like, woo!
What's the famous scene? I can't think of her name now.
Britney Spears?
Crosses her legs. No. What's that from?
Oh,
I don't know. Is it like
it's
a
the
spoof?
picture, upper skirt.
Hot chick?
It's the movie.
No.
It's a famous movie scene.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
What kind of movie?
Oh,
Trent?
fucking Wolf of Wall Street?
No. Older.
No. It's an older.
People are
Name
screaming.
the actress.
Susan. No.
Brandon?
Basic Instinct.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a famous. It doesn't matter. We can move past it.
I'm
But she
sure
crosses her
you've
legs.
seen- I'm sure you've seen many of those famous movies, Trent.
That's a famous one.
No, yeah. It definitely is. Okay. So Zach
Sharon
like
Stone.
kind of.
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone. Basic
Sharon
Instinct.
Stone.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right.
Oops.
Zach put an end to all that drama pretty quickly. Catherine got the group date rose. I think Catherine is my front runner right now. And then Christina Mandrell got the one-on-one date, which was, helicopter. They love to do this date now where they like make the whole family meet the girl, one of the girls right off the bat. So they did that. But really the big moment here was Christina telling Zach that she has a 5-year-old, which I applaud Zach's honesty. He was very real that he was not sure how he felt about that. And
Yes.
I could have swore he was going to break up with her. And then he was like, this really made me think and look at her for the better. And I was like, whoa, okay, that went in a different direction. I would have thought he was going to send her home. I'm not going to lie.
If he had sent her home because she has a kid, is society okay with that?
I think so. I think it's better to be honest
People
that you're
would-
not ready for something like that than to lead her on and then dump the
Yeah.
single mother. You mean?
Because I can
I
see
think people
being
would
like,
almost
"Oh, you're a
respect
piece
it."
of shit." But I think,
Yeah.
like, if he's not up for it, I think, like, I would have been okay with it. But I don't know if the world is okay with that.
I don't know.
I
If
think
he
that they-
just
I think
if he
they're-
was upfront about it, people would maybe have said like, he didn't sign up for that when he found
Right.
out. It's just like in the real
Yeah.
world. If you go on a blind date with somebody and it's like, oh, you find out something that doesn't align with what you think, you're not going to go on a second date.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Fran said a really great thing about how well he handled it. I think that him thinking through it and being so honest to Christina, being like, listen, I am like, I'm a little shaken by the fact that you're a mother, but like, I want to pursue this. I want to see if we clash on our own level, because it's not that it's a deal breaker for him, but it's just something that he hasn't thought about. He's nervous about it. Of course he's scared. Anybody would be. Like, I think that that's how anybody faced with this problem should react. Like, you don't have to write it off immediately. You can just be like, damn, I don't know. It might take some getting used to, but I'm not totally opposed. I think that that's like a mature way to look at it. I think ultimately though, he'll get rid of her. I think maybe we got a couple more weeks going on, because I think she's probably going to talk a lot about her kid. He's going to really have to think about it. Like, it's going to be all about that. So I think that that's her.
She's the big
storyline
drama.
now.
She's going to be the big drama. She's the one crying on the stairs in the preview and the one
I also
hyperventilating
feel like-
to him.
For sure.
Like with somebody like Zach who's like, I want to start a family, whatever. This might sound messed up, but in some cases, people might be like, I want my first kid to be like my own kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people do that all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
people say that
Like-
all the time, which I think is fucking crazy, but people say that all the time. Like, they just, because everybody wants it to like, oh, that's my child. But I think that It's more mature
Right.
when people can accept kids from other relationships. I think that's
Right.
nice.
If you really love that person, of course.
Right. It
Right.
shouldn't matter. But
Right.
yeah.
And he doesn't even know her. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I love her so much and I will like take her daughter in as my own. It's like, you're a stranger. We just met. So it's definitely a different situation, but he did give her a rose. It did go well. So that's basically all that went down with her. However, it does feel like there is going to be some drama with her. We'll get to that. Here's where things skipped. Must have had an entirely, they must have filmed a full-blown group date that just did not make it to air. They cut right to the cocktail hour dinner hang situation where he really is just kissing everyone. He was having great conversations. Gabby was severely overthinking every interaction that she has with him. And she was like, I don't know if I should be funny or serious and then funny and like, it's just totally overthinking it. I think Zach likes her, but she definitely was trying a little too hard. It's just, it seems like the show is getting to her a little bit. Like when she didn't get the group date rose, she was so upset. But everybody, like all these girls are doing a great job. They're killing it talking to Zach. Zach likes all of them. The only drama, who got the group date rose there? Jess is
Jess is a good one.
She's my number one. I think she's going to win.
Yeah.
She's crushing it right now. Yeah. And she's so
like a little ballerina.
I know.
She is really
It's a funny description, but it's true.
It is.
Like
it really is like that.
Just feel like she's gonna put on her ballet slippers and just like go up on her toes and just like in her little bun and just glide around the mansion. She's got all that body glitter on.
Yeah, she loves that. She's a dance girl. Like that's how you know she's a dance girl. She's wearing all that glitter. Like I love it. I'm jealous.
She loves that body glitter. Okay, so there was some drama perhaps. Brianna's clearly struggling. I think she didn't like that. Not that she didn't like, but she's like stressed about the fact that America gave her a rose, but Zach hasn't given her a rose. She's like,
she hates
like
that
me.
Rose. She hated America's
rose.
Which I actually get. Like,
hated America's rose.
She hates it.
Because she's like, it's not Zach's rose, it's America.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. Yeah, or to think, like to worry about.
Super fair.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess she was upset and she told Zach, she felt uncomfortable the first night because of comments that were made to her. Now, I don't know if any more comments were made, but what we were shown was that she said that Christina Mandrell said to her, like, I hate you. Just kidding. And
the most innocent
that was it
of all time.
So stupid.
It's like, I understand you don't know each other yet, but have some, like, it's just someone being like, oh, you lucky bitch. Like, they don't really mean, they're not really calling you a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a gun.
Dude,
they're just jealous.
Just a mountain out of a molehill. And she sat down, Christina, and was like, I felt really uncomfortable. And even Christina was like, I gotta be honest, I don't remember saying anything that might have been mean or that made you uncomfortable. But if I did, I'm sorry. Nice. Very mature. I actually really like Christina. I hope she goes far. I know she's probably drama down the road, but I really like her. And she was saying to Brianna, like, I'm sorry if you felt that way. It's not what I meant. And then Brianna sat Zach down and kind of tried to bait him into asking her about the drama. She was like, there's some stuff going on, but if you don't want to know about it. And he was like, do you want to tell me if it's a big enough deal? But if you've handled it, then you don't have to tell me. And she was like, oh, it's been handled, so I won't tell you. It was a nightmare. And there was no point to any of it.
Yeah. And she still told him. Like, she still basically told him.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, oh, okay, yeah, you don't want to hear it. Well, yeah, someone did say, you like, hate you, just kidding. Like she
it
still
just kind of reeked of like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable where I'm at right now, and I don't think I'm going to get a rose. But if I drum up some drama that makes it feel like I'm uncomfortable, maybe I'll get a rose. That's what it felt like, but I don't know.
Yeah. It felt like a last desperate act, which I don't even think that she needed. I think that they her being bent out of shape about this America's Rose. I feel like everybody was like, wow, America's Rose. And he immediately was like, yes, my girl, Brianna. Like, I feel like there was never a time where he wasn't paying attention to her or was acting like he didn't like her at all. Like they seemed to click. I think that she was always getting a rose. I didn't think that she needed to go through all this to do that, you know?
I agree.
So maybe she'll calm down now. Like maybe she'll chill out.
Yeah. I don't think it didn't seem like it. They do the rose ceremony.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked her so much. Like I liked her a lot. I was kind of I had her up there with Jess as far as like, oh yeah, they're going far. And maybe she still is, but she's her anxiety.
She's got to get out of her own. Yeah, she's got to get out of her own head. I feel like she, because of America's Rose, I feel like she went in with months to think about like having a target on her back and went into the house like thinking she has a target on her back, but all the girls are like not actually being mean and now she doesn't know what to do. Like it's like, I thought everyone was like going to be, and it's not turning out to be that way. But is it Zach during this cocktail party? I think he's kissed every single girl. I would love to know, but I really think he kissed every single girl.
At the end of the day, though, I guess that's how you're going to figure out if you got chemistry with them.
Absolutely. And he's clearly doing it in a very respectful way that none of them are really that upset about it. It's not like they're like, some of the girls are starting to be like, oh, I don't want to hear about the other girls kissing him or like saying all this stuff. Cause it really does feel like right now they're in a little bit of a kumbaya situation that's I'm sure is going to get broken up at some point. Like they cheers to like building friendships. And I was like, okay, sure.
No.
So it feels like they're trying to keep that mindset right now, but the drama is coming for sure. He sent home Kimberly, Victoria. Oh shoot, what was the girl's name from the first date who did the split? And she's the dancer from New York, starts with a C.
I do not know.
Cat.
Cat.
Is it just Cat? Oh, okay.
Cat. I believe it's just Cat. Yeah, she was sent home too. Yeah, we didn't really see much of Victoria. She's got like 1 million TikTok followers, but did not have a big showing on this program.
Yeah, that's weird. She's been posting a ton about how she was on though, so I thought that we'd for sure see her for a while, but I guess not.
No, I think she maybe got about 20 seconds of screen time. So she's out, and then the preview was really all around what seems like drama coming from Christina. It seemed like the rest of the girls are starting to feel like she's talking down to them a little bit, or maybe making them all feel some type of way. And it does look like Brianna might be the one to say something to Zach, which probably isn't going to go over well. And then there's a massive meltdown. So we'll see that all play out. Let's go to some questions from the YouTube, shall we?
Let's see what we got in the YouTube
Let's see
tonight.
what we got. Let's see what we got. What we got.
People are saying they can't think of questions.
How about thoughts? They have any thoughts?
All right. Is Zach still boring, or is he growing on us?
He's growing
I'm
on
trying.
me.
I'm trying very hard to let him grow on me. I'm trying
him.
to
Is the problem.
Right.
I know. I'm trying because
Like,
I
I still like him.
Seems like a nice guy, but
Right.
No,
Seems
not for
I
nice.
still
Best
like
for
him.
TV.
It's just, I
he's
like
not
him. It's
he's
just
not a
like
reality TV star.
Yes.
No.
it's
That's-
because he seems like, and it's all comes from a good place because it seems like he has too good of a head on his shoulders. He can critically think and process, which doesn't make for good reality TV.
Oh, it's a real
Right,
bore,
which also-
but it's true.
How dare they
wonder,
cast a critical thinker?
It makes me wonder why he's on the show in the first place. I'm curious to know if there's some sort of red flag about Zach that we have yet to uncover because
Well,
apart from the fact
his sisters love the show. He told us.
So and even he when he said that, because I saw that clip, whenever he said that, he was kind of like, oh, I don't really know much about The Bachelor. Like, so I'm kind of into the fact that he wasn't that into it, just kind of went on it. His friends, his sister, that seems genuine and he seems normal. That's why I'm kind of like, there's got to be something off because you're The Bachelor. You know what I mean? Like, there's always,
I hope.
like, how old is he? Do we know how old he is?
I hope.
He's 26.
And nobody's dating him yet. Like that's what I'm saying. Something is amiss.
No, I think he had a serious relationship. He told us.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, did he for a long time?
Yeah,
I think so.
Damn.
Okay, what else we got, Rhea?
Is Brianna showing a lot of red flags?
Yeah.
I think her telling, I don't know about red flags, but I don't think it was necessary for her to tell Zach what Christina said at all. Zach in his head was probably like, that was definitely a joke.
Yeah.
It definitely was a joke.
I agree.
Yeah, I think she's insecure a little bit.
Yeah, I think she's dealing with some insecurities, which is, it's hard. And then, like I said, how many times can we say the term America's Rose? It's the pressure. I think there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
She's got to pass down
America's
the crown.
Rose. I hate the idea of it. I said that last week. But now with all this, we have to keep America's Rose going. It has to continue because of the crushing pressure it apparently puts on whoever gets it.
Yeah. And if they don't keep doing it on the show, I think that we should keep doing America's Rose no matter what.
Absolutely.
The pressure comes from us.
We decide.
Yeah, we decide. Yeah.
Okay. One more, Rhea?
Whose luggage does Trent want to pull the most right now?
Ooh, good one.
That's a good question. I mean, probably Brianna after all that. The other girls, everyone else is kind of normal as far as I can tell. They haven't had any sort of drama. So Brianna, that whole last 10 minutes was crazy to me. I just didn't understand what was happening. So just kind of by default, Brianna, because nobody else is really doing anything too crazy.
Okay.
I agree.
I agree too. Let's cut some roses and give out some stems for this evening. Which one of you lovely, lovely people would like to go first?
You said
Rhea?
cut some roses and give some stems, which I
did.
liked.
Oh, I did?
All
Yeah.
right.
Goodness gracious.
I liked it though.
Sorry, guys.
Eagles are in the Super
Rhea,
Bowl.
who would you like to give a rose to, and who would you like to stem cut?
I would like to give a rose to Victoria F.
Come on, Maria.
She looks damn good. I can't. She looks so good, and she barely even spoke.
She said nothing. She just looked great.
She said nothing. So I'm going to give my rose to her. And I am going to cut Brianna telling Zach about that joke.
Yeah.
Maybe not Brianna as a whole, but just like the act of telling that decision. The act of telling Zach about that joke. Yeah. Okay, Trent, you want to go next?
I'm still giving my rose to Victoria F. I don't care. I have a dead set on it, and I wanted to because for this, she's just got the juice, man. I mean, I'm a Victoria F. stan.
Got something.
These days, we've had a rocky relationship, Kelly and I in particular, with Victoria F. But every time I see her now, she's like it was only a couple of years ago, but it feels like a bygone era that was just, I don't know. There's something about her that when I see her, I feel a little bit starstruck even looking at my TV. So I'm going to give it to Victoria F. And then I'm going to cut the stem of actually Kat. And the reason why is because I think, I could be wrong, but early in the episode, I felt like she was overreacting to little parts, like regular information, to try to become a Justin-like meme. I just felt like she was trying to play it up. Maybe that's just who she is. We don't know much about her.
A lot of facial expressions.
Tons.
I agree.
And, we're not going to get to know her because she's rose. But it felt like she was like, when they were telling her that it was a Tuesday. And it just felt like that was too much. So I'm going to cut Kat's stem.
Kelly?
That's a good one. I'm going to give my rose to Tajwan because she brought the most exciting moment of the night. She was a major bitch, and I loved it. And she put those girls in their place. They all came creeping around the corner like scared little mice and was like, "Hey, are you trying to steal our boyfriend?" And she was like, "Yeah, I am. What are you going to do about it?" And I was like, "You're the best." So I love her for that. When I literally was writing in the group chat 5 minutes before that happened, how what a snooze, no one cares about her being on the show. I can't believe how quick I flipped on that. And then stem cut, God, everything was so vanilla to me the whole night. I didn't even.
Everything was really.
It wasn't think that much.
That's
I'm
a
trying to
good way
think
to
like-
describe it. Very vanilla episode.
Yeah, I just like nothing
I think
happened
that's
where I
gonna
was
be
like,
the whole
"Ooh, I
season.
hate that." I right, like I hope that it's not. Oh, you know what I hated? I hated the fact that Zach had to introduce Christina to his whole family. I hate when they do that early on. It always feels like an unfair advantage. And I feel like it puts Zach's family in a weird position. Like even when it's first date, it's like that's his mom's fucking birthday party. And like I know personally my mom would love if I were to host a bachelor first date at her birthday party because it would like make it all about her. But I can't imagine everybody's mom thinks the same way. Like I think that I don't know if that's a thing. And I just think that that was weird. And it's always a little awkward. She's meeting the cousins. Like nobody's in it. I don't know. It's
very
family-
reminiscent of when Maddie was there for Barb's vows.
So funny.
exactly. And then also,
Exactly.
and Lauren, what's her face, did it with Ari with like some family event with them too. And that was weird to me.
They've pulled that rabbit out of their hat many times before the show with sending them into the family early.
Yep.
I'm going to give my rose to Courtney. I feel like if we're going to go with all three, with all the ladies that came out on the date, I'll finish it up. I was surprised to see her. I did. Of all the women that could have been in that trio, those are by far the most random grouping you could have ever put together. And I was happy to see that she still hasn't forgotten about her bachelor roots. It's been a long time, but it's the same kind of thing. They could have wheeled her out on the wheelchair just like they did Shanglo. It's been so long. At least a decade.
At least. And that's what I'm saying. They must have had to like pry her out of her
When was
coffin.
Ben Flajnik the bachelor?
Well, that's the thing because I've been watching for 10 years and I don't know who that person is.
I
So
was
it's
in
definitely overdone.
college. I want to say like
2012.
2010 or
It's 10 years
2011.
ago.
Yeah.
2012.
Right. Unbelievable.
2012.
Trent. I wish that you saw that season so bad.
I know.
You
I'm
would
jealous.
love it.
I'm jealous.
So
Yeah, that was
so
a good one.
ridiculous.
And then I'm gonna cut the stem of just cutting a full date from an episode.
How bad
Like,
could it be?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, was it that boring?
was it?
Was it that
Did they say-
uneventful?
Did they say what it was?
Was it a timing thing? No, they didn't say anything.
Listen, if we're cutting
I
boring,
looked down.
if we're cutting boring stuff, that episode could have been 12 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. Like if we're condensing, let's skip till
Just
there's like
show
10
the
girls.
highlights. Highlight reel. We didn't need to see all 5 girls awkwardly try to give him a lap dance. We only need to see that once.
Right. That one went on longer. Yeah, I guess it was really uneventful, but I just would like some kind of explanation or heads up. I felt like I missed something, at least show me a glimpse of like previously on this date and then a little montage and here we go.
I'm not
And then we
sure.
move on.
I'm not sure if this is true, but somebody wrote, and it's a girl, so I tend to believe the girls when they write in the chat. Ben Flajnik hooked up with Kris Jenner.
That is true. That is true. They like. I think they went on a date.
I didn't know this recently.
No, long time ago. Something about I think they had like a wine. Like maybe Kris wanted to do like a wine.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Huh.
Shout out Renee
Wait a
for
minute.
that one.
Was he on an episode of the Kardashians or something? Oh yeah, look at that. That's fucking hilarious. That's
Yes, I'm pretty
hilarious.
sure. This article is literally inside their date night, December 2013. But I think it was like a running joke. It was like
Yeah,
they
it was
were.
probably just
It was like
that. Yeah.
Kris Jenner and Blanchett. They've been having fun with the press because there was I think they made like the cover of Us Weekly or something that it said they were hooking up, and then they kind of like joked about it. I think they had some kind of like mutual business wine. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that's a very funny connection.
On paper, Ben F was perfect. Like he owned a vineyard. He like was educated, like just a good guy, everything. And he stepped in and everybody was like, wow, we're so excited to see who he picks. And within 30 seconds, he picks like the walking sex on a stick and doesn't give anybody else the time of day. And we were like, he's just like everybody else. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And she was the winner from the beginning. Like, he didn't even look at anybody else. It was incredible.
It wasn't even close. And she knew it too.
And she didn't
she dominated those women. Yeah.
She was like rude the whole time. Oh, it was
exactly. Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up for tonight's episode. We're gonna see what goes down with Christina as far as drama goes. I think the girls are gonna try and expose her to Zach, so we'll see how that goes. But I think that wraps it up, and we'll be back next week.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We love you guys. Make sure you're tuning in to the live stream 3 p.m. today, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then you can go back and watch. We'll leave it on our YouTube, so make sure you check it out there. Subscribe to our YouTube. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Friday.